What's up guys, it's the Sound Alchemist, and today we're going to dive deep into the lore of the Night Worlds of Warhammer 40k. Now this has always been an interesting topic to me, because they're basically like medieval knights, but in the far future of 40k. And instead of having like armor, they wield freaking like Titan class battle suits. It's amazing, I like it. So let's go a little bit into the lore of the Night Worlds and the House of Terryn. Night worlds were founded on an incredibly diverse range of planets, from enormous planetary bodies encompassing many climates to smaller homeworlds barely larger than an average moon. The one aspect that all these worlds had in common was that they were all extremely rich in desirable minerals. Alongside the awesome military might of the knightly houses, it was this wealth of resources that attracted so much attention from the Imperium of Man. From one degree or another, every knightly house has ties with the Adeptus Mechanicus, trading their world's abundant raw materials for their technological expertise to keep their knight suits operational. In the days of the Great Crusade, the Adeptus Mechanicus founded forge worlds in close proximity to those knight worlds which they had established direct ties. Thus, the two planets would benefit from mutual protection, and the Adeptus Mechanicus could better harvest the vast wealth of natural resources that their new allies presented. No knightly house better exemplified this proud martial tradition than House Terryn. The house's motto is "Glory and Honor," bywords that their nobles have lived by since their house was founded back in the 25th millennium. This house derives its name from Maximilian Terryn, the first ruler of this tropical world of Taurus, a planet colonized at the start of the Age of Strife. As for the knights themselves, the unending ceremonies and rituals honoring the house's storied past makes the nobles especially eager to go to war. When House Terryn forged their alliance with the Imperium, they ensured that Voltaurus's law was changed so that any knight under arms in the service of the Emperor was exempt from ceremonial obligations. Since that time, the Knights of House Terryn have sought off-world conflicts across the galaxy, pursuing foes with an aggression born of years of unrequited yearning for war. Once a Terran noble has completed the ritual of becoming, he will join one of the Imperium's military campaigns, rarely returning to his homeworld, save to show fealty and ensure the continuation of his line. The crest of House Terryn has changed over the years. At first, Maximilian Terryn, the house's founder, had visions of a mysterious white stallion which appeared to warn of danger. The horse's head was then placed on a blue field, and it was taken as the house's emblem. Many years later, Lord Brutus Terryn led his house against the greater Krotar, a beast that had plagued his people for a decade. When it was finally slain in the Battle of the Six Swords, details were added to the crest in honor of this victory. When House Terryn finally pledged an oath of allegiance to the Emperor of Mankind and amended his house crest to honor their new status, under his auspices, Terran Knights first fought alongside the Imperium's Ultramarines. To show this, House Terryn's emblem is that of a white stallion's head, emblazed upon a field of azure blue, once the color of Taurus's oceans. As members of an Imperial knightly house, Terran's knights bear an Ebon Demi-Aquila as part of their crest, emblazed upon red, representing the blood that they have given in honor of the Emperor. And now onto the knights themselves of House Terryn, beginning with Thibault, the Fury of Taurus. Thibault is the High King of House Terryn, and his esteemed rank denoted by a single cream band upon the carapace of his knight warden, the Fury of Taurus. The crest of House Terryn is proudly displayed upon his tilting plate, and the white horse's head, the preeminent symbol of the house, is repeated often, including upon the gun shield of his Avenger Gatling gun. It is said that the full telling of High King Thibault's triumph takes well over 12 weeks to complete, and that it is a tale that is still growing. The High King is ever eager to add whole new chapters to his ongoing glory. Most recently, Thibault led the defense of his homeworld Voltaurus against the Tau invasion. Though the battle was won, the costly Xenos attacks was an insult to his house's honor, and Thibault vowed a mighty revenge upon the Xenos Tau. Taurus, honor intractable. A baron of the exalted court, the gatekeeper is tasked with the solemn duty of protection. As per time-honored custom, his tilting shield bears the crossbar sign of the X symbol, meaning guardsmanship or defense. The current gatekeeper of House Terryn is Taurus, pilot of the errant suit, honor intractable. To him falls the sacred duty of defending the strongholds of Taurus, a tradition that stretches back to the Long Night. Long ago, it was realized that it matters little if knights marched out to protect their world only to return to find their strongholds in ruin. Without the irreparable equipment and mechanisms of the Chamber of Echoes and the Sanctuary, no new rituals of becoming could take place, nor could knights be repaired. So Taurus was tasked with assuring that the stronghold of the Furian Peak would forever welcome back the knights of House Terryn. Balthasar, the ever stalwart. To be king's word is a great honor and burden, given not to just a superlative warrior, but to one whose loyalty is more firm than adamantium. The clear choice for High King Thibault was that of Baron Balthasar, pilot of the ancient knight ever stalwart. Balthasar's forefathers have protected the rulers of House Terryn for 7 generations. All have done their duty with distinction, honoring the quartered tilting plate that is the symbol of their office. Ever Stalwart is a legendary knight paladin, outfitted with the twin Icarus autocannon, known as Sky Doom. It has brought down aircraft, dracodons, and the winged broods of the Tyranids. In battle, Balthasar matches King Thibault stride for stride, always angling his knight and his ion shield the best to protect his liege lord. It is also Baron Balthasar's task to guard Thibault when the High King is in court, and not protected by his knight suit. Alerbus and his knight honored vigilance. In his knight gallant honored vigilance, Sir Arbus has already begun to forge a name for himself amongst the house's many heroes and veterans. To earn the blue and red stripes that honor both House Terryn and the Imperium, a knight must single-handedly slay a Titan-class foe. Although still reckoned young, the noble Alerbus has already done so twice, earning stripes for both his Reaper chainsword and his Thunderstrike gauntlet. He earned the first by felling a mountainous Gargant with his lance, and he was also sent to halt the rampages of Wall Grasguts. Hard pressed by the Gargant's guns, the intrepid knight hacked through the orc's machine's protective plates before hoisting himself into the beast's iron belly, carving his way through and out the other side of the behemoth just before the Gargant's damaged engines exploded catastrophically. Mykor and the Scythe of Light. Mykor's personal heraldry is displayed upon the shoulder and knee of this knight paladin, the Scythe of Light. The black diamond on the cream-colored field also appears on the banners and pennants of his ancestral home. Although he has only recently completed his ritual of becoming, Mykor has already campaigned off-world several times, earning medal battle honors and the hard-won esteem of his peers. His greatest success was on Tormak, where he pushed ahead of his fellows to undertake the daring rescue of the Tormekian governor out from the jaws of an oncoming Tyranid invasion. The hive mind unleashed a torrent of foul creatures against the knights, and only Mykor and his Reaper covered in gore, and both heavy stubbers were out of ammunition, but it made it back to the lander, the terrified governor still clinging to the undercarriage of his knight. House Terryn has many warriors of vast legendary tales. Each knight could have his own 40-fact video, since their deeds are worthy of awe. Their towering war engines have inspired hope and adoration for their homeworlds, but also they have brought death and despair to their enemies. To witness an army of knights is to see firsthand the glory and might of the Imperium. And with that brings us once again to the end of another 40 Facts video. But don't worry, because if you guys didn't get enough Imperial Knights facts, you guys can always head on over to our other videos on 40 Facts on the Imperial Knights, just a genetic overview. And we also have a armory and war gear on these knights. I'll put the links at the end of the video so you guys can head right on over there and indulge on all this awesome goodness. Don't forget guys, we do have an art contest going on, and it'll end at the end of this month. So if you want your submissions shown and perhaps a chance to win a pretty awesome 40k prize, go to our Facebook page and either message us or send us your artwork. Now it could be a painting, a drawing, it could be an actual miniature that you guys did. It's basically anything 40k art related. So I've got a video also on the channel. I'll make a link to it down in the description so you guys can head on over there for more information. Also, once we hit 50k subscribers, there will also be yet another giveaway. That's right guys, we got giveaways for days. So thank you guys for being awesome subscribers. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, sharing, and spreading the love of not only One Mind Syndicate, but of 40k in general. And as always guys, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, signing out.